Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Laura Story of Crisis. Now, friends, this is a new series, and my intention here is to help any one of you looking for clarity in crisis. This is Manaz Amjad, your coach. I specialized in cognitive behavior therapy and also being a certified life coach. I help people find clarity in crisis. Today's workshop, I would like you to come along with me on a journey where, along with the character here, Laura, that you see on your screen, we will learn a tool that would help us take our first step towards clarity when we are going through a difficult time. So let's get going. I have used Laura. She's from my coaching world. She's someone I have coached, and through her story, I would like you to learn, along with Laura, the way I've helped her find clarity when we go through a difficult time. So, in order to understand Laura's story, we need to go back, little back in time. It's been 3 years since. So, it's been 3 years, and in the past 3 years, this is exactly what Laura went through. She lost her father. She was fired from her job twice, and after which she remained unemployed for 2 years. And not just her personal life, even in her relationship, she was betrayed. There were a series of setbacks that Laura went through 3 years ago, but present day today, Laura is in a state of absolute confusion, emotional distress, and completely confused at what she needs to do next. Now, my point of sharing a summary of her issues here is to help you understand that when we go through a crisis, it might take a while for us to really understand how these crises have been impacting us, our life, both personal and professional. In case of Flora, despite that 3 years have passed since then of all these series of setbacks that she had, even present day today, she's still struggling because there's a lot happening in her physical body that's showing up as there's something wrong. There's a negative pattern that has built up, and Laura continues to use her own trial and error methods to find a way out. And this is exactly what brought Laura to me because she was now fed up of using any method that would bring her relief because it was not really serving or helping her find what exactly she was in need of. Present day today, Laura is still as confused as she was 3 years ago. And not just that, she finds herself in a deep crisis. Why? Because she finds that she cannot really articulate which area of her life she needs to put her finger on and say, this is what is wrong. And the problem has cascaded down to so many areas, which includes her physical self, her mental health, her professional life, her personal life, her sense of worth, her confidence. She finds herself lonely most of the time. She just cannot make sense of what's really wrong and where it is. And here's where we will learn the tool that had helped Laura, and maybe it can help you as well. If you are going through similar emotions and similar experiences of using trial and error methods and not being able to find a way out of it. So let's do the work. And to do the work, what I would want you to do here is, Laura did this work with me, and today I would want you to, just like the way Laura did, do the work. Grab yourself a pen and a paper because there's something that you would do along with me today. So if you don't have one, pause this video and get yourself a sheet of paper and a pen. Now, here's what we would do next. This tool is basically in the language of life coaching, it's called the Wheel of Life. Now, how it helps is it will give you an overview of how your life is as on today. It will answer a very important question of where exactly and what is wrong. Because when you get into a confused state, specifically when we are going through a difficult time, when we are facing challenges and hardships, we find our entire life or various domains of our life are collapsing around us. And we look at it in a very helpless way. We just don't know who we need to talk to, what is it that we should do. Similarly, Laura was in the same situation and condition, mentally and physically. So, this tool is the first step. I repeat, it's the first step. It's not that it's going to give you an immediate solution, but this tool will help you find out where and exactly what is wrong. It's like you get a grip on your problem. You understand where and what is wrong. And this is the first step where you get aware of all the crises, the setbacks, the issues you've been facing, which domain of your life is getting most impacted. And from here, you could start your journey of healing, of clarity and direction, and finding your way out, just the way Laura did. So I gave her these life domains and asked her to list them down on a wheel. You could do so, you could use all of it, or you could use the ones you feel you need to evaluate your life. There's no hard and fast rule here. One thing is just be honest with yourself. So, on the screen here, friends, what you find is the wheel. And here is a space where you would be writing the titles. This is Laura's Wheel of Life. I bring this to you as you see it on your screen right now here. And each of these domains, excuse me, money and finance, career and work, health and fitness, fun and recreation, environment, community, family and friends, partner and love, growth and learning, spirituality. All of these, I've asked Laura to write them under these labels. And there is a line of scoring. So you have one on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 meaning you're not at all satisfied, 10 meaning you are absolutely satisfied. So this is Laura's Wheel of Life you're seeing. I now want you to pause this video, go ahead and draw this and give yourself a score on each of these domains or the domains you've written it for yourself. Now, one thing be careful about is when you're doing this, make sure, make sure that you are considering your present life as on today. Remember that in case of Laura as well, even though she had those issues 3 years ago, she has used her own trial and error methods and tried to find clarity. However, she couldn't get it. Regardless of that, as on today, our lives are unique, and with time, a lot changes, including the grip of grief on us. So try to take into consideration, as on today, how satisfied you are with each of these domains on a score of 1 to 10, 1 being you're not at all satisfied, 10 being you're quite satisfied, and then give yourself a score. I repeat, you don't have to use all the domains. You can use whatever you want to use, but this is more or less a generic way of looking at, and it covers almost all domains of life. So if you use this, you might feel that it covers almost all spheres of life. If you want to skip some of it, like some of you may not really be very spiritual inclined, or some of you may not really want to add environment, so it's absolutely fine. Use this and give yourself a score. And before you do so, just spend a minute here, understand how Laura's wheel speak to us. This wheel tells us that out of all the domains, her partner and love, she's been, if you remember her case, she's been betrayed in her relationship. So it is on a low score even after 3 years. Then here in fun and recreation, meaning She has been a while since she gave time to some recreational activities for her own self. This indicates how negligent she has been towards her own self. And there is an element of fun missing in her life. And fun not necessarily, friends, be something that you just go out, party, or picnic. Each one of us are different. Most of us are introverts. And for us, a fun could also be a kind of hobby that we always wanted to pursue. But on account of these issues, we couldn't really do it. So in case of Laura also, these two areas are where she scored a low. So go ahead and do this and figure out which area in your life you're giving yourself a low score. Be honest with yourself, because this is for your own first step towards clarity. Once you've done with this, now let's come to a very important question. Like I've asked Laura, which domain does she feel that needs more attention? It's an extension of what I just said. The area of life with the lowest score is where you need the most attention. In case of Laura, her 3 years of struggle, professionally and personally, gave her this insight that these two areas, partner and love, fun and recreation, were the ones which were in need of attention the most. She, despite being unemployed for 2 years, she still was able to find a job and was doing fairly well. But of other domains, this is the one. And that's exactly where our journey started. Our journey in which we together embarked on, and I helped Laura find her way out of her crisis completely. So go ahead, take your first step, and just like Laura, find out which area of your life needs the most attention today. Thank you so much.